Good evening, good morning, good day, good morrow. Hello everyone. How's everyone doing on this lovely Saturday? Technically evening for me. Wherever you are in the world, hello. Hello Aria. I see you're probably not going to be here long, but it's fine, you stay on here for as long as you can. This is still going to be recorded and then put on YouTube so you can watch it later. And hello Mel, how are you doing? How's your day? I know this is something that's been long awaited for some, but today, on this episode of Infectious Thoughts, I thought I'd question the one person that I always have a million questions for, and that is a specific individual by the name of Paul 199 909 999. And for those that do know, he's been a moderately consistent viewer. But we'll leave it at that. Either way, this is Infectious Thoughts. It's a series that I've started on here because I've always thought that asking huge content creators about their beginnings doesn't give you the same results as asking a small beginner streamer or an intermediate streamer, because obviously they don't see certain aspects that others do, and I thought I'd try and change that. To add to that, I'm a very curious person, so I love being nosy into people's lives, so I like to ask people who they are. And today we'll be asking Paul who he is. But without further ado, let's jump into it. Let's go say hello to Paul. Hello, Paul.
Hi, Tav. You already got my name wrong and insulted me.
Good.
You left out a 9. That was only 10. There's 11.
I can't believe you sat there and counted how many 9s I said.
I did, and a moderately consistent viewer.
You did miss 2 weeks of my streams.
I did. That was only 2 weeks. I've been here since May.
So, moderately consistent.
Whatever, Tav. Whatever. I won't swear because I don't want to get you demonetized if you ever get monetization.
Oh no, you can swear. This is an 18+ stream anyway. But
true, it is. Yeah.
Yes. Anyhow, the first question I always ask every single person on here, or the first few questions I ask anyway. Who on earth is Paul? Fire away.
Oh, okay. I'm Paul Gagan on Twitter. The second, technically. PU1 999999999 on Twitch. I'm gonna change that username. That's actually a gamer tag that I made when I was 10 for Xbox Live. I got very angry a bit. I'll explain that later. I did used to stream a lot. I don't stream so much anymore, but that's mainly just because I didn't like the platform that I was doing it on. And then I got quite busy, but I'm intending to return soon. You guys have probably seen me on Tav stream before. I jump on the Discord calls and give him shit all the time. And I did a chess stream with him where I beat him in the very first game and then felt really bad, so I let him win.
I mean, yeah, that's what some people say, but you did get beaten 3 times afterwards, so we'll take it. We'll take it as it is, I guess.
Yeah, if you say so. Oh, and I have a very large cup. That's another notable thing.
No, he doesn't. That is a bucket of tea.
It's a mug.
It's a bucket of tea. Okay. So, when did you first actually start creating content on whichever platform you did?
I think it was January 6th, 2018.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite a while ago, to say the least.
It was. That's over 2 years ago. I feel like it should be longer, but I don't think it is. I think that's correct.
Okay. So, why?
Okay. So, I have a friend called Savannah, right?
Okay.
I went to a camp in the US that I got a scholarship to go for because I was a very good student. So they were like, this man is smart. I got to go to like this camp or whatever. It was pretty cool. And I met Savannah there, and we like became really, really good friends. And she was telling me that she streamed, and I was like, "Oh, let me come watch your streams." So I started watching her streams, and people kind of liked me in chat. They thought that I was kind of funny. They were like, "Yo, you should stream." So I did, and I mean that's really it.
So you was basically peer pressured into streaming.
You put it like that. But yeah, I mean, I guess.
So let me get this right. So you was in chat, and then all of a sudden, the whole chat just went, "Hey, you should stream," and you was like, "Oh, fine."
Well, it was over the course of like 2 weeks of people being like, "Yo, you're like pretty funny. You should stream." Also, sorry, I'm fucking shivering. It's really cold.
Okay,
but,
so
yeah.
just for everyone else to know, if you want Paul to do something, you have to annoy him for 2 weeks, then peer pressure will kick in. Mel, take notes.
Why did I agree to this?
Oh my god, that's brilliant. Well,
this was a terrible idea.
I like this. Yeah, I like asking you questions on the spot. See, I've got random thoughts that come at me. It's brilliant.
No, I don't taking notes.
Oh god. Okay, so obviously, so you got peer pressured into starting your first stream, and very understandable because you are a very interesting individual, in my opinion, anyway. And obviously you had some form of content to share, hence why you started doing it. And you clearly care about what others think in relation to the actual chat. But I see what you're doing there in chat.
Look, it was just 5 seconds.
Abuse of power.
I mean, not for anything else. My content was me, to be honest. Like,
obviously,
I wasn't doing a specific thing. Like, I did like drums that you can. I don't know. You probably can't see my drums.
You can see the drums, yeah.
I like with. Oh, good. Well, I used to like to just sit at my drums and like just talk to people. Like, I leaned my phone on my snare drum and just like talked for like hours. And like, if like somebody followed me or whatever, I'd do like a little drum thing. I can't even remember what it was. And I like welcome them or whatever. And I don't know, people just liked talking to me.
I mean, you are a rather interesting person to speak to in general because your outlook on life and your general persona is, to me anyway, interesting enough to want to know more. Hence why I love that I've got you on here.
Yeah, I'm still terrified of what's to come. but hey, it'll be okay. And yeah, as I said, people just thought it was funny and or interesting. So I don't know, they stayed around. As I said, I got like I think nearly 1,000 followers, whatever, over the course of like 6, 7, 8 months. Thereabouts.
What, I missed a big boy, 1,000 odd streamers.
You're just jealous.
I totally am. Oh god! But what platform did you actually start streaming on? Was it on Twitch or was it on somewhere else?
No, it was actually. Oh god, it's so trash. But it was.
Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here is.
It was actually you that streaming on there. And
right.
I left because it's fucking trash.
Paul. Your internet broke out for a second there. Repeat the last 40 seconds of what you were saying.
Oh shit. I was just saying that it was actually YouNow. YouNow is trash, but that's what my friend streamed on. So I just streamed on YouNow.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. It's like kind of like the IRL section of Twitch, except an app.
Interesting. Okay. All right. And so obviously, you started on just streaming on your phone, right?
Hmm.
What made you move from the phone to the computer?
I never did.
You never did, so you were only a
Nope.
phone streamer.
I was. I streamed on my
Wow.
laptop like twice, and it was trash. So I just kept going back to my phone.
Wow.
Yeah, it was handy. Like I would do 4 a.m. streams and shit, where I just like walk around my kitchen and make tea and just like talk to people. As I said, it's like an IRL stream, you know?
That is really cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool. I haven't actually met anyone that's actually just solely streamed via their phone. Like, because obviously it's not exactly the friendliest of streaming platforms or streaming devices, I guess. Or did you think otherwise?
I think for you now and for IRL streams, it is. For a stream like this, no, you don't want to use your phone. Like when I was just sitting down or whatever, I could have just used a laptop or something. But my camera on my phone was actually better than my webcam I had at the time. So it was just the better option, to be honest.
I mean, that's the same for me at the moment. I mean, I'm using a C922. I could be using my phone. I actually did start, when I first started, I had a webcam. My webcam was my phone, my trash phone. And trying to modify a, oh god, what was it? It was a one of those suction cup magnet holders for the phone. To try and hold my phone the opposite way round was pain upon pain. But, I mean, I started with that, and I've since moved to a C922.
You had magnets near your phone?
Well, no. I have a metallic plate on the back of my phone, roughly in the middle, where the center mass is, and those would then get attached to the holder that is the magnet itself.
Right. Okay, that's less bad.
Yeah, I mean, the only annoying thing is that I can't, like, wirelessly charge my phone with these metallic plates on the back of it.
Oh no, how terrible.
Because they just interfere. But hey ho, first world problems, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely a first world problem. But yeah, I only ever used my phone, as I said. I actually did stream on Twitch when I was like 13 or 14 for like, I think I did like 4 streams on like my Xbox.
I mean, it must have been when you were 14, because you have to be a minimum of is it 13 or 14 to stream on Twitch?
13, I believe.
Ah, there we go. See, I like how you chose that age correctly. Good on
Yeah.
you.
You know me, I'm aware of all the guidelines.
Oh, I'm
I tell you
aware.
about them.
I'm aware of the comment that you made. For those that don't know, so we was obviously on a call previous to this going live, and Paul was just quickly searching up all the guidelines and just seeing how much he could say without
That's
getting
not
me
true.
banned, but me getting close to being banned.
That is not true.
Devil's advocate, some may say.
No, I despise those accusations.
You despise them now.
They're untrue. All right, they're
Why are you
untrue.
smiling so much then?
It's not true. You can't trust me.
Oh god.
I hate you now. You're the worst.
I love you too, man. See? Mel says sounds accurate.
No. Do I have to time her out again?
I will take away your mod. I'm not afraid.
Well, nobody else will moderate your chat tabs.
Look, see, even Jets agrees.
Well, of course he agrees. He's just bitter that I called him out for being an Intel shill.
Oh god. Oh, right. Let's refer to some submitted questions that have been sent to me by a person that is behind the scenes, as we shall say.
Behind the scenes.
Obviously, to some people, they may not know, but you are actually differently able in the fact that you have lost, or partially lost, or mostly lost your eyesight.
For my sanity's sake, do not say differently abled. Oh
Okay,
my
fine.
god.
You're disabled then. Whatever.
Thank you.
fine.
I hate that term so much.
Do
But
you
yes, I
actually?
am. I do. It's horrible. I hate it
Why?
because the only people. Okay, no, we shouldn't get into this. But I feel like it's more offensive than disabled. Disabled is just saying that you are like incapable of doing something, which is true.
Right.
Differently,
Okay.
I'm not differently abled. Like, what the fuck? What?
No, to be honest, I have sometimes kind of looked at that and thought, I mean, okay, I'll go with it, but I don't know. I just
Don't go
never
with
really
it.
questioned it.
The
Essentially,
only people who get upset over that are children.
right? Okay. So, has being blind ever discouraged you from content creation?
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Why?
So many times. So, firstly, I was just like, oh, well, what will people like say? And with YouTube and stuff, obviously, editing is quite difficult. So I was always like, oh, I don't know. Like, should I like do this or whatever? And that's what I did for like so many years. And then I did when people were like, no, you should just do it. It'll be good. Like, you're funny, you're interesting, whatever. Excuse me, sorry, I have the hiccups from so much tea. Um, yeah, no, it definitely did at the beginning. Now I just don't care. Like,
Good.
I don't care anymore, but I definitely used to.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, you know more about computers than quite possibly the whole of my family combined, and you are able to do things that, like, just I've never thought I'd be able to. And then you just come along and you'd be like, yeah, no, I was just learning this last night and I've done it, and then here you go. And I'm like, can you like stop making me look so bad? Like,
No.
a prime example of that is that a while back I was making a joke about how some people have diss tracks made for them, sort of thing. And then you popped up in chat and you said, shut up, Tav, otherwise I'll make you a diss track. And I called you out. I was like, do you know what? I'm going to call your bluff. Go. Let's go. Show me what you got. And then, lo and behold, on the 30th of September, you dropped your track. And you've blown my mind because, like you said, you haven't actually used a DAW before. And then you've released your track and it was amazing. It's still, I'm still applying aloe vera to the burns,
As you should.
but then I tried to do the same, and opening a bit of software that I've never used in my life to try and make music, I looked at it and I was like, I recognise the close button, the big X on the top. That's about it. And it's just as simple as that. Like, you pick up things really quickly, and that's a good skill to have.
You're not wrong. Like with Reaper, which is what I used, like I actually don't have it on my laptop, it's on my desktop. I had no idea how to use Reaper. And the longest part of me actually making that thing was finding the correct VST plugins for like the instruments. But it actually I didn't think it was that hard. Like I was like, oh, this is fairly intuitive. Now I will admit I do have like a fairly decent background in music. I did music for like 6 years. I like play a couple musical instruments. But I had never used a DAW, as you said, or like actually made music before.
See, now this is where I'm slightly disadvantaged from you because I've never made music apart from with my mouth, and
we know how that goes.
Well, yeah, we do. Well, you don't actually, but yeah. No, like that's about as far as my content creation with music has gone. Really, I'd be able to make a few little pops and bangs with my mouth because I can beatbox a little bit, and then you come along with a whole track, and then like you say, "Go on, then reply," and I'm like, okay, let me do this. And genuinely, right, this was my actual thought. So I opened Reaper. I literally looked at it and I was like, how the hell did Paul do this? Because I'm looking at this and I don't understand. And then he just comes along, he's like, here you go, Tev. You got served. Like, it just, it still blows my mind. But, okay.
I'm still waiting on that reply, by the way.
Sorry?
I'm still waiting on my reply.
I know you are. Don't worry. There's things in works, but like I said, I now recognise more than just the one cross as the on that program. I now recognise the word file. So.
Oh wow.
We'll
That's
get
pretty
there.
advanced.
Slowly but surely. We'll get there. So obviously you mentioned how you were worried about how people would have reacted to you being online, to your online presence, being blind.
Yeah.
How did they react to it?
I actually have some funny stories. Well, not even funny. I was actually pretty angry at the time.
Okay.
But a lot of people didn't mention it. Some people asked questions about it, and some people were kind of rude about it. But I actually got a fair few messages on like Snapchat or whatever, being like, "You need to like stop saying that." And I'm like, "Stop saying what?" And they're like, "Stop saying that you're blind." I'm like, "Why?" They're like, "Because you're not." And I'm like, "What? Like, I'm not what? Like, what are you talking about?" And they'd be like, "What do you mean? Like, you're not like?" And I'm like, "Do you want me to prove it?" Like.
That's the thing. How can you like? You can't
I
exactly
could
prove it
because
to people.
I could because I was on like technically I was like part of the Paralympic like judo team at the time. So I just send them the link to my Facebook page to do with that, and they'd be like, "Oh," and I'd be like, "Yeah, fuck you." Like what?
Oh my god. Okay. Well, so first of all, we're not just gonna skip over the fact that you said that you was in the Paralympics.
Well, I didn't go. I was just
That's
like on
even
the.
worse. That's like saying, "Here you go. Here's a potential to reach a prestigious award," and then you go, "I'm alright."
Well, that's not what happened. It's way more complicated than that. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had
right.
like all sorts of shit going on at the time. It was good.
Obviously, like everyone's got shit going on. That is
That's not what I
understandable.
meant. But yes.
Yeah. Skipping over the subject.
Mm-hmm.
So when you started actually doing your content, you mentioned that you would just literally turn your phone on, put it on your drum, and then just speak to people.
Yeah.
Was that your main content form? Just interaction, just chatting?
Yeah, that's all I ever did. Was just interact.
And that kind of goes to my next question, which is, obviously, now we have peer pressured you enough to restart your streaming. So, what will you be streaming now?
When am I? Sorry, what did you say? I got distracted by Logic's comment.
So, if so, you said that obviously beforehand, all that you would stream is just chatting with the audience. And since we have now peer pressured you into restarting your streaming career or restarting your streaming activities, what would you be streaming now?
That's the most difficult thing. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to stream. I don't know what people would like. So I don't know what to stream yet.
What would you like?
I don't know. That's the problem. Like, the problem for me, because I was, as I said, I've been thinking about like streaming again for a while. As I mentioned to you guys like a while ago. But I just don't know what to stream. Like, to be honest.
Well, that's the thing though, Paul. You tell me, like, privately off stream about the numerous different activities that you get up to. And I'm thinking to myself, well, you already do those. And you already enjoy those. Why don't you just stream those?
Well, I like to stream like whatever I'm doing, but I don't know if that would be interesting, you know?
That's the thing though. People don't go to a stream for the content. They go there for the person.
I know, and I've told you that before.
I know. So now I'm going to return a favour, my friend, and say it back to you. Because it don't matter what you do. As long as you're getting to it with the chat. And just speaking to them. Just as you said before, you were just chatting. You can do that again if you really wanted to.
I think I think I'm like past the just chatting thing because that was like at a point in my life where I had a lot of free time. I
Okay,
had like
no, I
nothing to
can
do.
understand that. I can definitely understand that.
Yeah. So I think I'd actually have to do something, you know? Oh, what's up now? Hi, Logic.
Okay.
Sorry, my chat wasn't working for ages, but it's working now. So I've missed like all of the comments, the entire stream except for now. Um, yeah, I might like. I think I might do it soon since I just got on my Christmas break for university, so I think now would be a good time to start. If I was going to.
I suppose. But that's the thing, is as long as you like, you can get into it, that's fine. But at the same time, like, there's a lot of people that have asked me before, should I start streaming? And my answer has changed because when I started, I didn't really know about a lot of the things that happen behind the scenes, and now I've been doing it for a while. There is a lot of things that happen behind the scenes, a lot of hours, and a lot of research and skills that I never thought I would have required. And it's like, just to give a small example, lighting. Now, lighting.
Mine's shit at the minute.
I won't lie, it is, yeah, but
I just have a lamp.
yeah, but obviously, okay, let's use something that can be transferred to both mine and your future streams. So let's talk about sound, okay? So sound is something I never truly understood, because I just thought that, oh, I just buy a nice expensive mic, plug it in, and then wham bam, thank you ma'am, I'm broadcasted to the world wide web. And it'd be fine, but it's not as easy as that, is it?
No.
Because there's so many different avenues you can take. Like, you can get a USB mic, you can get an XLR mic. They all do different things, and obviously you started from a phone. Now you're on a computer. How will your hardware change in regards to your content creation? In this case, being streaming.
So this obviously isn't my actual setup because I'm on my laptop and I just have a shitty Blue Yeti mic. Like literally, it's just this.
Yeah.
But my actual setup, like I have good audio equipment and stuff because for when I'm teaching or whatever, I kind of need it. Like I have really good hardware, so I wouldn't really need to change any of my hardware. The only thing I'd need to do is like maybe are you dying?
Yep. Sorry, I just tried to take a drink and it came out the wrong hole. Oh my god, I went everywhere.
Oh my. I think you might need some new hardware next time.
Oh my god, it's all over my bed and everywhere, and it's bright red as well.
Oh, you fucked it.
Oh my god, that's gone. Okay, I definitely need to cut that out. Oh no. Oh, that is. Oh no. It's literally on my pile of freshly washed clothes as well. So I'm gonna have to rewash every single one of those. Oh my god.
Oh, Tav. Oh no.
Dying. Okay. Right.
Oh.
So you were talking about audio. You said you had quite good audio on your computer. Carry on, please.
Yeah, like on my actual PC. Out here I don't, as I said, in my shed. I'm just using my old mic. But like for my actual setup, like I have an SM7B, I have a Go XLR, like I have a really good GPU for streaming. You know, I got that NVANC encoder. Like in terms of my hardware, the only thing I'd really need to do is, if I actually want to do it properly, is like get proper lighting and like actually move my shit to a decent spot, essentially. Clips.
Oh no.
Jets. No. Is he a mod?
He is a mod, yes.
I can't stop him.
No, you can't.
Sorry. You should unmod Jets.
I mean, after your performance, you're lucky you've still got your mod.
What? Hey, if it wasn't for me, then like you'd have all sorts of people in your chat.
What's that supposed to mean, huh? Please explain, Paul. There you go.
No, that's confidential, moderated business. We don't talk about that on stream.
Oh God. Oh, so you've got decent audio, and you said you want to get into sort of lighting your stuff a little bit better. I can definitely help you for that in certain things, in certain aspects, obviously, and at the same time, I'm definitely going to need you to help me with my audio setup of sorts.
Yeah, I can do that. Sorry, I'm laughing at Jets.
I know. That is a great quote there. Yeah, if it wasn't for Paul, Tav would have people in his chat.
I said all sorts.
There you go, Paul. See, now that is verbatim from this stream. Oh no, see, he has laughed so hard that he broke it.
You killed my internet.
No, you've stopped streaming your webcam.
Oh, did it turn off?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Oh my god. Ow.
You've laughed so hard you broke your computer.
I did. I think I must have hit a key or something, because I completely fucked up my Discord.
Oh lord.
Alright, let me turn on my... There you go. Should be able to see me again now.
Yay, there we go.
Hello. Commercial break.
Right. That was an intermediate commercial break, yes. Oh my god. It's completely thrown me off of where I was, actually. Where was I?
It's just too funny. It's too funny. We were talking about hardware. Yes, I can help you with that. As I said, I just need to get like some key lights and find like a decent place.
You don't need key lights. Key lights are just hella expensive, man. There's
not
so
necessarily
many
key
better
lights,
options out
but
there.
like the alternative to key lights. I'm not gonna give Elgato that much money. No.
That is true. Your internet is horrendous in your shed. One little tip from me:
I'm sorry.
don't stream from your shed unless you've got a hard
No, I don't
line.
want to.
The term key light is not just Elgato key light.
Exactly.
I understand, but key light is a single point. In when he says key lights, he would be referring to Elgato.
I was in that case.
Boom.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Don't worry. There'd be more people in chat if Paul wasn't here. No?
No, that's not true. I left for 2 weeks and you had less viewers when I came back. You lost viewers without me.
So you were doing something behind the scenes then to sabotage my stream, yeah?
Yeah, I was trying to make everyone else leave too.
Oh, brilliant. But obviously,
yeah.
so that's something that you're going to make as a change towards your stream. But what is like? This is a two-part question, because what is a big change that you've made that has made no difference, and then the opposite end of that, which would be what was a massive change that you've made that has done literally nothing?
You literally asked me the same thing twice, but I know what you mean.
I haven't.
So, no, you did. So when I originally got like a laptop, I tried to stream on my laptop, and it was worse. It was worse. Like, I was like, this is going to be so much better. It's going to be a really big change. And it was so bad, I had to stop. I literally did 10 minutes of the stream and then switched back to my phone. It was horrendous. So I'd say that's definitely something big that I tried to change. And then it just no, it was terrible. A little thing that I changed that made a big difference. I would say, just my times of streaming, actually. As I said, I used to do like 4 a.m. streams, like 4 a.m. GMT. But I only started doing that after a while, because people were like, oh yeah, you need to like this isn't a great time to stream at, because I was just streaming for like BST/GMT, sort of people like Europe. But as soon as I like changed my time to later on in the day, not even 4 a.m., but even like 10 p.m., whatever, like 9 p.m., it made a big difference in like the people that could be there. So that would be like a small thing that I changed that made a really big difference. It's just when you stream.
Obviously. Because
Yeah.
that's something that I'm still trying to get a grips of, like what's the best time to stream. Like there's obviously, like, my work is so unpredictable. I can get home certain days at 6 o'clock and I can get home at 10 o'clock on some days. So for me, streaming at the times that I do is not because of like want, it's more of a need rather than I don't really have a choice sometimes. But then there comes the weekend where obviously I can stream whenever I wish. And that's actually why I'm doing 2 episodes today at the times that I'm doing them now. But that's something like, what made you choose that specific time though?
Well, the 4 a.m. ones is just because I had really bad, like, I don't want to say insomnia, but I couldn't really sleep. And 4 a.m. was really good for like Americans, because that's like 10 p.m. They have all their things done, like everybody's like just chilling or whatever. And there's way more American viewers for live streams, I find, than there is European ones for whatever reason, or people from other time zones. So
that I can agree with. Yeah, I don't know if that's an actual genuine statistic, but I've definitely noticed there's a lot more American viewers of Twitch than there are European users of Twitch. I don't think it's as popular over here as it is over there, or known about essentially. I wonder if that is across all platforms. Like, I wonder if like Europeans use YouTube more rather than Twitch because of lack of knowledge, or if it's just the whole live streaming in general.
Oh, actually, I mean, I'm not sure. As I said, me and you have both noticed it on 2 separate platforms. So on YouTube, though, I think it's a fairly even spread. I think it just kind of depends on YouTube, where you're from, as to what people will view you. Like when I used to make YouTube videos, like a couple of years ago or whatever, I did a lot of Irish viewers, or like people from the UK, and not very many Americans. But when I stream, a lot of Americans.
Interesting.
Yeah. So YouTube and Twitch have different algorithms for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that'd be really, really interesting. Because obviously, going on from that, like, I've always thought, like, should I change my streaming times on the weekends to be slightly earlier or slightly later?
I would say later is usually better. Right?
Later is usually better. Okay.
Like, I think people are more willing to stay up later to watch a stream than they are to get up early and watch a stream.
Do you know what? I can definitely relate to that as well, actually. Yeah.
Because like if you streamed at 8 a.m. like my time, like GMT, I wouldn't watch. I'll be honest, I wouldn't get up.
I can fully understand, because like it's hard. Like, it's much harder to wake up early than it is to go to sleep late.
Yeah, exactly. So later is almost always better, in my opinion, anyway. At least that's what I've found from like changing my stream times. Like I've tried like 4 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m., 10 p.m., 4 a.m. Like, I've tried all sorts of times. So I would say later is generally better, but it depends on your audience.
I'm actually going to write that quote down, I'm not going to lie.
There's already 2 quotes from me this stream. One is horrible and one is decent advice.
Well, they're both true, so...
Fuck you. Why did I sign up for this abuse?
You agreed.
Twitch said that is true. Yeah, I didn't sign up.
You did sign up. This is not forced upon you. Can leave at your accord. I mean, you already have once, but
that was involuntary.
He says, chuckling away.
Shut up.
Oh God! When you were streaming, did you ever do any collaborations with anyone? Or did anyone join in the conversation with you, similar to how you have done on my stream, where I'd have you on a voice chat and you would be essentially over the the chat itself. You'd be part of my stream, sort of thing. Have you ever worked or collaborated with anyone that you thought, wow, like they are, I want to be more like them, like they've got something, like they've got that spark, like that is just really inviting. I want some of that. And then on the other side of the same coin, have you ever worked with someone that you thought, Jesus Christ, I do not want to do this ever again? And you can't say me.
Do I have to name drop people?
No, don't name drop anyone on a negative side, but you can always name drop someone on a positive side. I don't want to start any beef here.
Well, as I said, it was on a different platform, so they probably wouldn't know anyway. But that's not the point. So on you now, you can actually do what's called guesting.
Okay.
Right? Which is where it's like this, except they actually become part of your stream. Like they join the stream. They don't join on Discord, like they join on you now. It's like you go split screen, essentially.
That's pretty cool.
With the person. Yeah. And they eventually upgraded it so you could do it with, I think, 3 other people. So you and, like, there was 4 people in total.
Oh, pretty cool.
It actually got to the point where I had to tell people that I'm not doing it, like for certain parts of my stream, because people were always asking me to guess. They were always like, yo, can I guest or whatever? Like, can I come up or whatever? Like, that's what they used to say. And it got to the point where I literally had to be like, no, I'm not doing that today, or like in like an hour. It was like a really big thing. And in terms of people that I worked with, or guested with like on a frequent basis, who like inspired me, was that your question?
Not necessarily. See, I left the question like moderately open-ended because there's certain things that I take from there's very different things that I take from each individual streamer. Like, for example, like Ukulele, for example.
Yeah.
Him and I, we spoke about using a green screen on a shower curtain pole that you could essentially move in and out of frame depending on what type of game you want to play, whether you want to show off more of the game or more of you. And there is other things like, for example, I really like Quack's interaction with brand new viewers that come and say hello in chat. Like, there's specific aspects that I like from different people. That's why I left it open-ended. So you interpret it as you wish.
Okay. Well, I will say actually, Quack is the reason why I discovered the rest of you guys. As I've said before, he was like the first streamer that I found from like you guys. Which then led me on to the rest of you. So I'd agree with that. Quack knows how to like greet people really well. In terms of people, there was a couple different. I wouldn't say it's one streamer in particular, but it was like a thing that I noticed that people would do. Like I would go guest on other people's streams, and when somebody would follow, they'd do a thing. Right? They would like. If it was somebody, like a lot of people played like the ukulele, so they might like play like strum something on the ukulele and like sing a little bit or whatever about it. Some people would like make up a song, or some people would just like do nothing, right? And I could tell like kind of what worked from that. There was like a couple of people who would do it, and people would really like it, and that's why I started doing like my drum thing when people would follow. I would like, when somebody would follow, I'd like do a set thing on like my drums and be like, oh, welcome, whatever. People really liked that. In terms of who do I see do it first? Is the real question. I don't know who would have done that first. It was kind of just random people because I do a lot of, I don't want to call it networking, but I just go and find random streamers and just be like, hey, like, can I guest? And just like talk to people. Because I wanted, as you said, to kind of see what they did good that I didn't do good. So I can't really attribute that to a single person, to be honest. In terms of people who were like bad, yes, there's been a fair few of those. There was a lot of people that would just bring like a lot of drama or whatever. And they'd be like, yo, can I guess? Just to like start a fight with somebody in my chat or whatever. Oh, hello?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Good. So anybody kind of like that, and that was a fairly frequent thing. It's actually kind of why I ended up leaving. Is there was just so much like toxicity in drama. I don't like to say toxicity because it's kind of has weird connotations nowadays. Um, but yeah, there was a member of my community in particular who would get very upset at people and would always want to like guess with me. And then when they did, they'd like start arguing with them over that, and that was really bad. I hated it so much. It was horrible.
Right. So what I'm getting from this is that you hate how people interact with chat negatively.
Necessarily, I think it's just this one individual person. Like they always did. There was never like a good thing, and it was always like all about them, and they always were looking for like pity, right?
Right.
So it was just very bad, like a bad interaction. Full stop. It's not like negative. Like they're not being an asshole to chat because I'm an asshole to chat all the time, and the chat finds it funny sometimes.
I can second this. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So that's not necessarily bad, but the kind of interaction that they had was always bad. Like it was never good.
Right.
So I think you need to get that right. And as I said, they were like kind of a prominent member of my community at the time. And so it was kind of hard for me to be like, nope.
No, that is actually like very true, because I've had certain things happen in my chat that have kind of made me think about the longevity of the what's it called, the longevity of the use, how long they would stay in chat basically, because there were certain things that they would say and do that would make me go, oh, you gotta like calm it down, man. And it's I have discussed this with several of my mods, and it was very close to them being permanently banned due to how they were acting on a regular basis. And yeah, that is a very hard thing to do when it's someone that has been there for a very long time. Like, imagine the one person that started watching you for the very first time turning essentially against you or being a negative influence on your streaming endeavors or your content creation endeavors. So that is extremely hard to manage and do, but also extremely necessary to kind of pinpoint and change if need be. But okay.
Yeah, and obviously I'm aware of what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know you're aware because you are one of the person that spoke about it.
Yeah. We had a very long chat about that. Yeah, you're 100% right though. I think it's easier on Twitch than it is on like like for whatever reason you can't really have set moderators on I was kind of the only mod. Like you could make people referees eventually, like they eventually let you do that, but you'd have to do it again every stream. And the problem with that is every stream people will see you make other people referees, as they were called, and they'd be like, well, why am I not one? Right? And that could cause more trouble with the like individual if they're a big member of your community and you're making other people, referees, whatever, and they're not getting that, so that was also another like little problem with the platform. Again, that's not as much of a problem as Twitch because you're not every day going, /mod PAU 199999999,
Yeah, no, okay.
I can't make myself a moderator. It's quite sad. Yeah, it is a difficult thing though, as you said, because at the time, like I was like, yeah, you should probably just ban them. Like,
Yeah, you were a lot more ruthless than I would have been, because I was more along the lines of, I'm just going to give them essentially a harsh talking to if they do it again, and then if they did do it again, I would explain to them exactly what would happen and then stick to it, because I am, as you like to say, a nice person, and it has sometimes, and obviously that makes things slightly harder when it comes to a I don't know, I guess disciplinary point of view. But a lot of people mistake my niceness for lack of disciplinary, which is a big mistake to make when it comes down to it, essentially, because I'm not afraid of just going, haha, bye. Like,
Yeah, I think. Well, I think at the time you were more so. I don't want to say afraid of doing that, but you really didn't want to, because
Yeah.
I remember we had like tried a lot of different things with like the individual in question, and none of them really worked. And you were still kind of like, oh, I don't really want to do it. I remember there was another person there who was very vehement about just banning them.
yeah.
I won't name and shame.
No, but yeah, obviously, like that is again, like, hot tip for everyone out there that is wanting to get into like that is wanting to get into streaming or any sort of live content creation where chat is live. If there is someone that is, like we've just been discussing, a negative influence or toxic or just annoying, right? Give them a chance, explain to them what's going to happen if they don't change, and then stick to your own words. Because if you say, I'm going to ban you if you say this again, and they say it again, ban them. Because if you don't, then you're going to be the one that's going to be under the thumb, essentially.
Yeah, and then everybody else in your community will be like, oh, well, I can say this thing. It's like when I say, you know, I get timed out.
Yeah.
There it is. You know, or if I didn't, then that would set a really bad precedent, you know.
Exactly.
For everybody else. They'd be like, oh, well, this is like he's a mod or whatever. And then they'd also try and do it after they've been here for a while. And then it would just become a thing that everybody does. So you do need to be really careful with that sort of stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%. Like, there is very much a, like, if you're going to have rules, make sure those rules apply to everyone, not just an individual, because then people are just not going to respect you. Simple as that.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point exactly, yeah.
But, right. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
I'm afraid
this is part of my questions where I really start to deep dive into the individual rather than the content itself.
You can't do that on stream.
You just watch me, sugar. Metaphorically speaking, okay? Shut up. Okay. What is something that you are good at in comparison to what is something that you are bad at? Okay.
I think I'm good at getting people to engage with things. That's what I was always very good at. Like, a lot of people who are in my chat would talk. Like, if I had like 10 viewers or whatever, most of them would be talking in chat. I was very good at getting engagement. What I wasn't very good at, I suppose, who is this? This is your favorite moderator, Jojo. I was. What was I bad at? I think I was bad at knowing when to like tell people to stop, like joking about something. I think I was quite bad at that. To be honest, like as I said earlier, like being able to tell people, hey, you know, no, that's not an okay thing. Like what I said about the person earlier, about like always wanting to like guest whatever, and then look for like pity and start fights with people. Feck.
What have you done?
I just closed Twitch. Whoops.
Oh. Paul, get your hands off the keyboard.
No, I can't help it. But yes, that's my answer. If that's any help.
So let me just get this right. So the one thing that you were having a go at me for when it was happening, you're admitting to not being good at doing yourself.
Yeah, which is why I wanted you to do it, because I knew how it would end. And now admittedly, I was like 18 at the time. Like, you know, so I'm significantly younger than you are, Tav.
Whoa. No need for the harsh words there. Significantly? Oh my lord.
I mean, I was, like, how old are you, 26 now, Tav? So, like,
I am 18
27?
years old, thank you very much.
No, you're not. I streamed when I was 18. You stream now and you're like 26 or 27. So I can't remember where I was going with this. But yeah, basically, I gave you shit over it because I knew that it would be bad in the long run, as I told you at the time. You know? And yeah, you are old. Ancient, in fact.
Wow. I hope that's aimed at me.
No, it's not.
Oh, wow. I feel like that is something that is, you're going to pay for that sooner or later.
Maybe.
He's 40 now. Saying that, I have actually been told that I look like a 39-year-old. I was like...
You told me yesterday that I look like I'm not even 18.
You don't! You've got a young face!
What do people in chat think? How old do you guys think I am? How old do I look? I'm interested. Yeah. Tell me.
Poor his baby face.
I was at a festival, like, is it a year ago? Yeah, over a year ago now. And fuck you. And I had my passport as like ID, and I handed a woman my passport, and she was just like, "Oh, you have such a baby face." I'm like, "Stop it, leave me alone."
You do have a baby face. Use it to your advantage. Just be like, "Yes, I'm actually 58 years old," and people are like, "Wait, hold on, what?" Like,
why is everybody bullying me in chat today?
It's not bullying, okay? I don't endorse bullying on this channel, Paul.
Oh, sorry. Why is everybody...
It's character building. Okay?
There's so much character building going on today.
Negatively influencing your future. Oh, God. But on that bombshell...
Jojo, you can't say that. We character build it.
We character build everyone with equality. Yes. But
he said equally. He didn't say with equality.
Oh, sorry. We character
I'm supposed
build
to be
everyone...
the blind one here.
Equal to what's that got to do with the price of sliced bread? Anyway, on that bombshell, we're going to take a quick little 10-minute break. Because I don't know about you, Paul, but I need to go to the toilet. I need to stretch.
I have some chocolate to eat.
See, he done this literally earlier. He was literally said, "Oh, by the way, I've got a bar of chocolate on it," and he's specifically held it to the side of his head just to show how big it was.
Oh, hold on. Let me get my cup. What's my cup in comparison to my head?
Your bucket of tea. Your bucket of tea.
You're just jealous because you don't have a bucket. But yes, break time.
Yes, break time. See you all in 10 minutes. You'll grab a snack, stretch your back, and I'll see you when we get back. And we're back. Hope everyone had a good break and caught up with everything.
I just had chocolate.
I know, I've just been seeing you chomp down on chocolate.
Look, I had to eat my dairy milk fast. It's like freezing because it's out here in the shed. So it's like rock fucking hard. Leave me alone, okay?
Oh god. Hello Grimes. Who are you back with? I am back with Paul, who is one of the moderators in my chat and who's going to be restarting his streaming hopefully soonish. We haven't actually got
Give me my moderator back now. My mod privileges.
Give you your moderator back? You are a moderator, are you not?
No, you took it away to time me out earlier, remember?
Oh yeah, that's true.
I need it back.
So there you go.
Oh my god. Somebody got in trouble.
Oh god. Anyway. Right, so it's a really good question now. Where do you see your brand or your channel or your content going towards, or is it going to be more of a like a guilty pleasure of sorts?
You make it sound so bad.
I mean,
no, stop it. Stop it. I think for me, at the minute anyway, it'll just be like a hobby if I do start again. Like, I will try and do it consistently, like, and have an actual stream schedule. Or schedule, as some people like to say. But I'm not going to be doing it, like, professionally. You know, in terms of professional stuff, for me, that'll definitely be more like software engineering sort of thing. So if I do, like, stream long term, it will definitely just be, like, a hobby. It's not going to be, like, a career, if you will.
Okay. Have you ever thought about actually streaming your software development?
Yeah, Jets and SGT have mentioned it to me before. Which I could. I looked around on Twitch, and there actually are a fair few streamers that do it. And some of them get like over like a couple thousand viewers. Thumbs up. Yeah. Where do you work? I don't. I'm actually a CS student, Grimes. It's computer science infrastructure specifically, but so I'm a back-end developer more so. But yeah. So I mean that is something I could do. Like I could definitely do that. I don't know if I'm good enough at programming to like publicly program on stream.
Well,
but I could definitely do it.
Because like I am not good at Minecraft, yet I'm still playing it on stream. And it's all about the process. And honestly, seeing someone progress through different stages of learning and improving could be really cool. Like, okay, all right, awesome, yeah. That is actually. Thank you, Grams. That was a very good question, actually. Nice little questioning off topic. I like it. That is one thing that has always blown my mind, right? So you've sent me several lines of your coding before, and I've looked at it and I was like, it looks like you dropped the cat on your keyboard. And
I sent you some assembly yesterday.
I know, like to you it makes perfect sense. To me it doesn't. And I want to know, what made you get into software development and coding and the whole side of that side of it? Because obviously, well, not really obviously, but yeah, what made you get into that? What made you get into that?
So, okay. Let me gather my thoughts on this one for a second. I will say I actually started programming before I started doing it in college. But I stopped because I couldn't figure it out by myself. Now, admittedly, I was only like 17 or 18 or whatever, and I had no idea. I couldn't even really use a computer properly back then. Like 2-3 years ago, I didn't even really know how to use a PC properly. So for me, it was kind of obviously like I'm blind or whatever, right? So when I was younger, I used to be really big into art, and I used to play a lot of video games, or whatever, and I was very like creative. But obviously, as my vision got worse, I couldn't do that anymore, like either of those things. So for coding, for me, is kind of like the one art form that I can partake in, if you will, on like an equal like way, you know. Like me being blind doesn't really impact my coding. Like as I've said in my classes and stuff, like I'm like the best performing student in my programming class, you know.
Right, nice little flex
So
there.
yeah, I know. I can't help it, you know. I'm just too great. But for me, it's like the one art form that I can actually do where I don't have to do it differently, you know.
Okay.
It's something that I can be creative with as well. That I can't do otherwise, if that makes sense.
No.
Oh my god, Tab, you're an idiot.
Say that again, please.
It's okay because I'm like blind. I can't like do art or like anything artistic really.
Well, you say that, but I've seen a lot of blind artists that work via tactileness.
No, but I mean like without changing something, like without doing something differently, right? Like I can program like a normal person can program. I can't do art like a normal person can do art, you know? And for me, it's kind of always, I don't really like having to, am I fully blind? Technically not, Grimes, but yes. And like I did an eye test yesterday and I like basically got a 0. And so yeah, essentially Grimes. Like I'm using a screen reader on my laptop right now. I didn't read your comment. So as I said, it's kind of like the one art that I can partake in where I'm not like disadvantaged, or I don't have to make accommodations, or whatever way you want to say it, if that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Yeah, that's kind of why I got into it.
Interesting. Was that always going to be your choice, essentially, or did you kind of like start doing it and then you thought you'd enjoy it, and then you kind of like, what was your previous, like, it's really hard to ask this to someone. That's why I find it extremely hard to understand how they can get children to choose the correct path in their life that best suits them at an extremely young age, in my opinion, to make a choice that's going to influence their life indefinitely. Because obviously you didn't like wake up when you were like 5 years old and just thought, do you know what, Mum, I want to be a software developer. Like, that doesn't happen.
No.
What did you want to be before that?
What did I want to be? You know, as a kid, it was very difficult for me because I wasn't like fully blind when I was a kid, but I was visually impaired. So as a kid, I always struggled with the fact that a lot of stuff I wanted to do, I probably couldn't in the future. So I was never quite sure what I wanted to do. I wanted to be involved in physics for quite a long time.
Oh.
Even like recently, I was studying like physics related things like applied mathematics, or whatever, up until I dropped out of secondary school for complicated. Well, they're not that complicated reasons. But yeah, I dropped out of secondary school or whatever. And then even when I went to college, I actually took a physics module for the first while, because I still thought that was what I wanted to do. And I am really interested in physics, but it's not what I want to do anymore. So I would say definitely like STEM, definitely like physics related things or mathematical sort of related things, even since I was a kid. As I said, because a lot of things that I would have otherwise wanted to do, I knew that I probably couldn't.
Huh. Yeah. Awesome. That's really cool. That is really cool. But so, you know, this won't obviously affect you as the same way it would affect you otherwise. But like one of the biggest issues that I've found with particularly going live and being on a computer, the amount of time that I am on the computer, lighting for me is both positive and detrimental to my eyesight and to my brain in general. As you're very well aware, blue light is not great for the eyes and for the mind. But obviously you're going to face slightly different things that's going to impact your streaming and your time on a computer. What is one of the biggest things to you that affects the amount of time and the enjoyment that you have whilst you're streaming or making code or so on and so forth?
People, 100% people, which is why my PC is currently under my stairs instead of in my room, as I said, because my brother would be like laying on his bed listening to something on his phone, and he wouldn't like wear earphones or whatever, and I just could not code or could not concentrate like while he was there. And it may sound like, you know, under the stairs is even worse, but at least then at night I can code, you know, or like when people are out I can code. So for me, it's definitely people. I can't have people being like, I don't mind if somebody's watching like a TV show in the background, but if somebody's just like watching really obnoxious fucking Snapchat stories of people like fighting, you know, I can't code, you know. So for me, it's definitely people.
And sorry, you mentioned that you've got a brother. Like, is that your only sibling?
No, I have a brother and a sister. They're both younger. I'm the oldest, and neither of them are visually impaired. I'm the only one.
Oh, the one and yep. Oh, I was about to sing it. God damn it! But okay, so what I'm getting from this is that if you had your own working space, essentially, you'd be extremely happy with the amount of work that you'd be able to do.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just transform the shed that you're currently in? It looks like a perfectly good space that if you made a bit more space in there.
So there's a couple of, well, first of all, I'm going to be moving in like the next while.
Okay.
Second of all, it would cost a lot of money to like renovate this to a place where I would be happy doing work here. Like, I'm literally sitting here like shivering, like I'm really cold. And I have a heater in the corner, but it's like quite loud, and it's just like a shitty electric heater. Now, we were going to get stuff fixed, but as you can tell, there's no lighting out here. The lights don't work because the person who did the like electrical work out here fucked it up. So we had to like disconnect all the lights, and we just haven't gotten that fixed. There's like a couple of other problems with it. Like, it is quite nice, and I used to stream out here when I streamed on my phone. Like, this is where I used to do my streams. And as I said, I have my drums and stuff over there, but in terms of coding, I couldn't really code it here. Like, it would need to be changed a lot. There's a lot of stuff in here, like there's exercise equipment that I did use when it wasn't broken. Now I'm just fat. And, you know, so it would be a bit of a pain to like renovate this. Like, that's why what I always say, like, one thing that I definitely want is like, if I ever go like buy a house or whatever, or like get one built, is like an office or like our spare room that I can like put a desk in. I'm like,
an actual working space.
Yes, because I don't mind like if somebody wants to come and talk to me like while I'm coding or whatever, that's fine. But just to be separate from, like, as I said, like if people are like listening to like something really loudly or whatever, and like then I can't like focus as well. It's not as much a problem as I said with regular things, but definitely with like the like sort of the modern day like vlogs and shit that people watch where it's just some American screaming into his fucking vlog camera. Yeah, it's quite distracting.
No, I can understand. Definitely. That's the thing that I'm quite fortunate because I've got it's tiny. It's taken up majority of my room, but I'm streaming from my room. So for me, this space is currently at its maximum capacity. It has been saturated with streaming equipment. It can't take in anymore. There is not enough room here. So I'm actually personally gonna try and I have a summer house in the garden, and currently it's just being used to store my dad's sound equipment. So that'll be like old school recorders, vinyl players, and all the good sound equipment from back in the day, essentially. And I'm gonna need to move that, because I'm hoping that in my aim is that within the next year I'd be able to empty that, knock it down, and rebuild it into an actual working studio for me to be streaming from. Because obviously currently, if my mum's at home, she's directly behind the wall behind me, which is about 2.5 meters away, and then her head away from that wall is another meter, and that's where she sleeps. And obviously where she works 12-hour shifts with the NHS, I can't be as loud as I normally would be able to, so it kind of like it restricts me in ways. And that is one of the biggest tips I can also give to anyone starting out, is choose your working space with the intent of growing. Because
like,
if you
don't stream in your living room.
Yeah, exactly. Because obviously you got to think about just external influences. Just like you said, the one thing that gets in your way the most is external influence from people.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I would say. Just make sure you choose your streaming area with that in mind. Because obviously interruptions are going to happen regardless of how much you can try. But just try and minimize them as much as possible, really.
That's why I used to stream out here in my shed, because my family are quite loud, as I've stated. So I streamed out here so that I wouldn't get interfered with. And even sometimes I did. Like, they'd come out and they'd be like asking me questions or whatever, you know. So even then, as you said, like, there will be interferences. You just got to minimize those, essentially.
But we have actually a question from the audience here. Is there an IDE that works well for you? So
Tav, do you know what an IDE is, first of all?
Ideal date exception?
No, it stands for Integrated Development Environment, or something along those lines. It depends on who you really ask. Some people say different things.
Integrated Development
Development Developer, whatever. It's basically something that you code in, Tav.
Okay.
And Graham, to answer your question, I actually used to use VS Code and or Eclipse, but I actually just use Notepad++ and the terminal, because I can program in any language and I don't need to do anything different. So for me, it's just way faster. But I would say Eclipse, mainly. That's just because I started with Java, though. But otherwise, definitely Visual Studio. I really like Visual Studio. I just don't have it on my laptop. I have it on my desktop, though.
Oh, cool. That's also another thing. Like, how easy, like, what streaming software would you use?
OBS.
Just OBS Studio?
Yep. I have every single setting set up for streaming on OBS already. It will stream and record, and I have the correct bit rates, correct resolutions. I have all the audio tracks and stuff sorted. It's literally just a matter of me doing it.
Right. Because that was actually going to be another question, is have you tried different streaming software, and how easy were they for you to use?
No. I've only really tried OBS, and that's only because I know OBS works. Once I kind of get into it more, I might start looking at alternatives to OBS. I know some people use Slobs or Stream Elements OBS as well. And there's obviously other things as well, that people use. But for me, it's just been OBS Studio, to be honest.
And obviously, you said that you know how it works, but how long did it take for you to realize, to find out how it works? And
Not very long, like a day. If even.
Don't make me feel too bad then. Jesus Christ. There's me still trying to find out what half of these buttons do, and you're just like, just learn it in one day, done.
It was pretty self-explanatory most of the time. Sorry, I know. You can't be as great as me, I understand.
Wow. Wow. Oh my god. Just ready my next question. So obviously this actually ties into another question that someone sent me. But how do you plan, or how are you going to plan, and how did you plan your streams? And did you ever get to a certain point when you were having like a creator's block? And how did you get over it, if you did have one?
So, as I said, when I used to stream when I was like 18, 19, whatever, I was like an IRL streamer, if you will. So, I didn't really have to plan. People kind of made the content, right? Like the chat made the content. And if I could get people to engage, then I had content, right? It's essentially how it works. So I didn't really have to plan. I just had to let people know so that they could be there. So, that's why a stream schedule or whatever was super important. And I'd like, sometimes post about it on like Snapchat or whatever, and like maybe message people like, yo, I'm going to go live. Stuff like that is really all I had to do. I never really had a creator's block, if you will, with streaming, as I said, because the content wasn't just revolved around me. It revolved around people engaging with me. So for me, that wasn't really ever an issue, except for when I was like beginning, because there wasn't that many people there. But as soon as you get above like 4 average viewers, you just have content forever, essentially, with that sort of method.
Okay. Because I have actually thought about doing some IRL content myself. That's actually part of the reason why I wanted to move to the summer house, because it's so close to my garage. And I don't know if you remember, a while back I was doing a myself and Jetstone. Yeah, smelting stream. I'd love to be doing more of that, and like it was really cool. But obviously, currently can't exactly move my small fridge freezer sized PC to the garage where it's a nice dusty environment to set up everything again. So yeah, but in the future, hopefully, we'll see.
Well, yeah, I get that. Honestly, IRL content is quite fun. I think having an entire stream revolved around it on Twitch is a little bit more difficult. I think some variety is good on Twitch, and people seem to like that. Now, people also like you to have a concept. So, like for you, you play Minecraft, right?
Yeah.
People like to watch you play Minecraft. But at the same time, people also like to watch you play new stuff. So you kind of need to keep your core of Minecraft while throwing in,
the occasional sprinkle of something new.
Yeah. Like when I found you guys, you were playing Don't Starve, right? And I thought it was really funny, or whatever. So I think on Twitch it's a little bit different, as to what people expect. For me, it was just everybody did IRL stuff, so I did IRL stuff, and it worked.
Oh, but yeah, that was actually something that someone else has said to me, which is they really enjoyed me playing Don't Starve because it was a hard game that I didn't understand, and they liked to see me struggle.
Well, you have to remember, Tam, a lot of people out there are bad at games. They're really bad at games.
I don't have to remember. I know, Paul. I'm one of them.
Like you. Yeah. But a lot of your viewers are also shit at games. Okay? So when they see somebody else who's shit at games, they're like, yo, this is just like me. Like they can identify with that or like relate to that. And that's like, some people just find it funny that you're shit at games, like me. And I just think it's funny. But a lot of people can like look at that and be like, this person's relatable. They're not an esports player. They're not playing fucking ranked fucking Don't Starve. They're just fucking getting murdered over and over again. And it's good. Like, it's entertainment. You're having to think. You're having to like try and solve a problem. There's like a lot of emotion on your part, right? You're like, oh my god, I did the thing, and then you get stabbed to death, and you're like, fuck, like, so it's really good,
Yeah.
Like, although you and Jets were shit at it, it was entertaining.
Yeah, that was a reoccurring thing with each time we restarted the game, because I would die first without fail numerous times, but each time it'd be for a different reason or because of something that. But do you think? Okay, no, I'll save that question for later on. But going on from that, is there someone that you've watched just for their pure inability to successfully play a game correctly?
You. I just discussed this.
Apart from me. Oh my god. Oh wow. I want to say thank you and fuck you at the same time. Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, so apart from me then.
I don't really watch many of the Twitch streamers. Like obviously I used to, like when I was on summer holidays, like I'd go like say hi to Danko and Sudarez or whatever. Jojo was also gonna say you, so like that's not just me. But like nowadays I don't really like watch many Twitch streamers, to be honest. So not really, no. Like Jet is usually actually not shit. So like, I can't even say him. So yeah, it would be you, Tab, I'm sorry.
Moving on. Totally not gonna cry.
You're welcome, Jets.
What sort of content did you? No, not content. What sort of subjects did you speak about, or topics did you speak about when you were streaming? And what did you enjoy most about those? Like, would you hope that someone would bring up a specific topic, or would it be more of a just impromptu thing?
I talked about everything, from something that happened in my day to religion to politics to whatever the fuck. I talked about all sorts back in the day. Now, my life views and stuff have changed a lot since then, but that's besides the point. I talked about fucking anything. As I said, I didn't really bring the content, the people brought the content, right? So the topics were just brought up by people. I never really, like if I had a story, I'd start off the stream with my story, and then I'd be like, oh, how's everybody else or whatever. And then we'd talk about all that for the rest of the stream. We get on to all sorts of other topics. So I didn't really have an agenda for my stream, if that makes sense.
Huh. Interesting, because that is always something that kind of pops up with me, and I'm a little bit like, I really enjoy speaking about food. I don't know about everyone else, but like, if food gets brought up, I will happily sit there and be like, right, so if you had to make your own like Subway, what are you putting in it? It's kind of a deal. Like, food to me is like the way that you get into my heart. Like, I've been working 27 years for this amazing body of a god that I have. It's just, it's a shame that it's a Buddha.
You've built a protection around your head with all the food.
Oh yeah, literally. Like, I am solid underneath the smooth flabbiness, of course. Right? It's a layer of protection, you see. It's natural armor.
Yeah, exactly, Taz. You don't want to get hurt.
Oh yeah, footlong herb and cheese Italian BMT. Oh, sorry. Yeah, if you have to go to Subway, what is your order? Go.
My order? Actually, let me tell you about what I had the other day. So I actually might be gluten intolerant, as I found out. I actually tried the gluten-free bread in Subway. Well, bread.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And I got that. I got some vegetarian meatballs on it. And I just had some jalapenos. Yeah, vegetarian meatballs. And it was really good. It was actually super nice. I kind of try all sorts of stuff when I go to Subway. Like, I'll try all sorts of new things, like, all the time. I don't really have, like, an order, but that's what I had most recently, and it was really good. Like, their, like, gluten-free bread, it's, like, a 6-inch sub, like, sandwich. Like, they don't have a foot-long version, so if you order a foot-long, you get 2, essentially. And I really like it. I don't know. It tastes really good.
Do you know what? I'm actually gonna try it. Next time I go Subway, I'm gonna try the quote unquote bread they have.
It's actually classed as a cake over here because of how much sugar there is in the regular bread. I can't speak for the gluten-free bread, but for their like regular bread, it's like a pastry more than anything else.
Wow. So it's a foot-long pastry sandwich.
Yeah.
What a way to make something healthy sound so bad.
It's just the bread.
And that's before adding any of the other ingredients.
Yeah, exactly. You're having like a, steak cake, essentially,
Hey, yo, that sounds good. I mean, steak, good. Cake, good.
Steak cake, double good.
Double good. Oh my god. Did you just thinking about certain things? So I have a handful of people that I really enjoy having in chat when they pop up. But did you
Like
ever
me,
have favorites in chat?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. 100%.
And
You
why
do.
as well?
Why? Because they engaged more, or they were funny, or they were entertaining, or they were nice. Like, it depends on the person, like the individual, as to why I like them being in chat. But as you know, you gather like a main group of viewers, right? And you know which ones you like, right? And I'm sure you probably like all or whatever, but you know that you have favorites.
Oh yeah, I have favorites. They will never be released, but
no, I'm one of them. It's okay.
You'd like to think so.
I am.
But
You better say I am, or I'm banning people. I'll write a Python script right now to ban everyone on Twitch from your chat. Don't do it. Don't, you bastard. You bastard. You bastard.
Action and consequence. Oh my god. But yeah, no, like, to be honest, I personally have a few people that I've really enjoyed being in chat, because like you said, like, they are just like, they just bring a bit more sass to the chat, and it just makes the whole experience of being here a little bit better. And I don't know, like, I'm definitely not going to say who they are.
It's me.
There's a few dark horses in there that a lot of people won't really know about, but regardless,
unlike me, everybody knows about me. I'm great.
Well, you like to think that it's you, but I never said it is.
You don't need to. I know.
Oh wow.
I know how you feel, Tab.
How's
Can you untime me out, please?
I didn't time you out. Sorry.
You did.
Oh.
But yeah, definitely. You have to have favorites. Like, unless you don't engage with your chat at all and you don't care about them. In which case, in my opinion, you're a bad streamer. You don't have to engage with your chat to be a streamer, but I think if you want to be a good streamer, you need to have chat interaction. Unless you're like a professional. Unless you're a professional at what you do, then you don't really have to engage with your chat. But if you're just a regular person, then you do,
And that's actually another good question. How did you interact with chat and manage your content at the same time? Being obviously, like, having to use a screen reader.
I mean, it was easy. The top half of my screen was my video feed for my stream, and the bottom half was my chat. So I would just, like, every time a new message would come in, it would just be like, this is the message, or whatever. Like, it would tell me the thing, what that he said. And I'd just be like, oh, really? Like, this, whatever. Jets, did you fucking... Make me a mod and make him not a mod, please.
No.
I have some comments. What was I saying? What was I saying, Cam?
Screen reader, top half, bottom half.
Yes. So it wasn't that hard, to be honest, to do that. As I said, my content revolved around my chat, essentially, like me and my chat. So I couldn't not engage with them,
Okay. All right. Well, I've actually been asking a lot of questions of you, and I like to do this at the end for most people. But have you got any questions for me?
Who's your favorite?
Within reason, you have free reign here. Within reason.
Who's your favorite member of chat?
Sorry?
Who's your favorite member of chat?
TBF. No, TBC.
What does that even mean?
To be confirmed.
Oh, well, confirm it.
I can't confirm it. It's an ever-changing.
No,
it's an ever-changing organism.
It's not.
It's forever evolving and
It's
devolving.
definitely not you.
But okay, moving on.
Any questions for you, Tam? Questions for you.
Like I said, within reason.
What's been your favorite moment from your previous Infectious Thoughts episodes?
My favorite moments.
Yeah. Whether it be you were like, oh, that's like really clever, or oh, that's like a good point, or something like. What would be the standout moment for you?
Oh. See, now I've actually I've been taking notes occasionally from these streams. Like, for example, for this one, I've taken down 2 quotes, but from some of the others, I've taken down a few actual like things that I could do to make the stream better. But some of my favorite moments, I like. Oh god, it's hard to choose because there's certain moments that stand out for me for different reasons to the others. Like, some of the most productive things that I could have taken from all of the other episodes is making a compilation of like clips and funny moments that happen in the stream to show raiders as to who on earth they've just joined into. Mm-hmm. That was the most productive thing that I really enjoyed from my previous episodes. And some of the other things that I find really funny is something along the lines of when you laugh and it starts to, I guess, you laugh so hard that your brain forgets that you have to breathe, so you start to like cough and like gasp for air.
Yeah.
Those times, like I love getting to that point. It doesn't take a lot, I'll be honest, but
we know.
Personally, it's a case of laughing till it hurts and making a compilation of clips and other bits for the raiders.
That is actually a really good idea for like raiders and stuff.
Sorry, go on.
No, I got a DM.
Oh. And there was another thing. Obviously, that whole clip thing is a good idea for raiders as well. But with Twitch now, you can have a 60-second introductory video to your channel on your main page. So that can literally be a dual action kind of 2 birds, 1 stone kind of video. It's just, knowing how to make it. That's my issue.
So you need to be less lazy, is what I'm hearing.
Less lazy?
Yeah.
Wow. Look, there's so many things I had to learn to get to where I am now. Sorry?
Jojo think?
What does Jojo think?
Yeah, does he think you need to be less lazy?
Of course he's going to say that. But honestly, that's another thing. Like, there's so many things I've had to learn to be able to get to where I am now that I've already, like I've said earlier, I've already feel like it's getting to the point where I have to seriously manage my time effectively. So to be able to make any sort of positive progress, that if I added learning how to video edit to that, I feel like it might just push it over the edge of uncomfortable. And
yeah, you can't be a full-time streamer and YouTuber at the same time unless you have nothing else to do, essentially.
Literally. And having the job that I have, oh boy,
you can barely be a streamer.
Right, like literally. Just the other week I wasn't able to stream on both days because I got back so late that I literally I turned on my computer, I looked at it, I was like, oh, I need sleep, I can't do this. And it's heartbreaking because I love being on here. I love speaking to all the weird and wonderful people that pop up in my chat, and my favorites obviously. And
like me, yeah.
I never said that.
I did.
Oh, do you know what? Fine. Who's your favourite streamer?
Who's my favorite streamer? Dango.
Dango.
No.
Ah, it's too late now. It's been clipped already.
No, I had to, no. No, it's not. I had to say it. Who's my favorite streamer? I don't know. Like, it's difficult. I feel like you, Sudarez, like, everybody kind of brings like a different thing, you know?
Aww.
In terms of just being able to like watch in the background, it's definitely you. Like, you know that I'll like code while like listening to your stream, right?
Yes. Oh,
So
actually, no,
like,
I didn't.
Yes, you did, because I talked about it. Shut up, Tav.
Goldfish, remember? Memory.
I've said it so many times. Even Jets knows that I do it. So that's why I like watch you using Jets to stream way more. Like, because like my watch hours would be way higher. It's because I can just put it on in the background and like go do other things while still listening. So I'd say in terms of like who do I watch the most, probably you and Jets.
Aww.
Just for that reason. Yeah.
Aww. Oh, that's really cute. Oh.
Cool. What are the wholesome moments on this stream?
Oh God. But okay. So obviously you said that different people bring different things to the whole viewing experience or the listening experience and just the experience in general.
Yeah, lucky you said that.
But oh, you mentioned something yesterday to do with a particular streamer that I was speaking about.
Oh no. You know, I thought about that and I shouldn't speak about it.
Oh, right. Oh, well. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. What was I asked to say if I think you're lazy or not? Jojo, Paul just asked if you think that I should be less lazy or more lazy.
Yeah. No. Do you think he's lazy, Jojo?
There you go. I already know. I already know the answer.
If he doesn't see it, he's banned.
No, you can't.
Permanently banned.
You can't.
Yeah, I can. I'll get my moderator badge back eventually.
Do you know what, Paul?
What?
Your fiance has more power in his chat than you do.
Did you just make her a mod?
No.
Then how does she have more power?
She's a VIP.
You gave somebody a VIP. I had to, like, thank you. What the fuck? Tam, you
Yeah.
know sense. It took you how many months to give Siobhan a VIP?
Oh, I love having the
Yeah,
power
you
here.
always complain about not having enough of them.
Oh, do you know what? I can actually fix this right now. In fact, 1 second.
What are you doing? I can't even tell what you're doing, so it won't show me because I'm not a mod anymore.
Boom! There we go. Fixed.
What did you do?
I've fixed the hierarchy.
What did you do?
Well, now Mel's a mod and you're a VIP.
I've closed your stream.
Unfollow, block, report.
Discrimination. Is it because I'm blind, Tav?
That's got nothing to do with it.
You're just like SGT.
Oh my God. But well, like you said, Paul, chat does make the content.
Yeah, that's why you get more viewers when I'm here.
Oh wow. And there's Joe, who's just a Joe.
Yeah, he's doing his thing.
He's a good Joe. He's a good Joe. Oh God. But this is definitely something I'm going to want to do again with you. at some point in the future, after you've restarted your streaming and you've done a bit more of it, because I want to know your answers to the questions that I've asked you then in comparison to now.
I'll let you know when there's more followers than you.
It's not going to take you long. Let's be serious. Like, I'm not exactly the creme de la crop.
Yeah, Dango's my real target.
You want to beat Dango?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I wonder how what she feels like about that. Let me just do you a little favour. Let me just clip that. Ah, there we go. Awesome. I'll send that to her. I'll just literally put Dango's my real target. That's it.
You bastard! No! Oh no!
My god!
I'm gonna have to message Dango now.
Oh, that's brilliant. But it has been an absolute pleasure speaking to you, Paul. It's been something I've been wanting to do for a while because, like I've said, you have influenced me and this channel a lot, and it's changed the way that I look at things completely. And it still blows my mind to this day to the fact that people like you find me entertaining enough to listen to. Still to this day blows my mind, because to me, I'm just me.
Yeah, it's a mystery to me too sometimes, but hey, I'm still here.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love for others to explain to me, but I don't get it. I'm just gonna carry on, I guess.
It's been good. Thanks for having me on, Tab.
Awesome.
Except for all the abuse. But hey, we won't talk about that.
You mean the one that you projected upon me, right? Like,
no, Jets, you will delete that. You will delete that clip right now. I'm gonna start banning everybody in Jets' chat too. He hasn't bothered me yet.
Oh, that's brilliant. But any final question, quick fire, before we leave and we end this episode of Infectious Thoughts?
No, I don't have any questions. Just thanks for asking me to come on. As I said, I'll let you know when I get more followers than you, and then I can interview you.
Then I will. What?
I'll invite you on as like a small streamer. It'll be like my charitable gift to you. You know.
Wow.
Give me some exposure.
I am gasping with shock. Oh my lord. Well, like I said, it has been an absolute pleasure, Paul, and I wish you all the best in your streaming and content creation endeavors, as well as your programming endeavors too. Hopefully you'll be better than, I don't know, any famous programmers. I don't know. Just better than an AI. There you go.
An AI. That makes them out.
What, can AI not make programs?
That's
a different question for next time.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. If this is your first time watching this video on YouTube, I do stream on Mondays, Thursdays and Saturdays. Link to my channel is going to be in the description below. Once that guy there tells me his channel links, they're going to be below as well as all of his social media places. And
you can probably put it there.
I'll put whatever you want. Well,
are you sure about that?
I am definitely sure. I needed to add within reason to that question, to that answer. But I'll add all your links down below. But for now, goodbye everyone. Peace out. I hope you have a good time.